Dun, 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 dun. Okay, I think it's about time. It's about time. Cha, cha, cha. So hey guys, Good, hope you guys are good. Okay, so now we're live. What I wanted to do today, when the others join in, I'm sure they'll find us keep going on. Oh, what I wanted to show you guys today is how the web works, and that is how the HTML code looks like. For those who say that they don't know anything about HTML and have something about JavaScript, that's what we'll look into, and then we'll try to make a vulnerable site. Then we'll do some XSS on it. Then I'll tell you about some Linux fundamentals. Hope that's okay. If you join in, please say hi. And welcome to Algorithm. Yeah. Okay. Now let's start. Oh, it's already morning at your place. Right now it's 12 a.m. where I am. Sunny. So I'm going to change to this. Good morning to you. So yeah. So today we're going to start with HTML. For that I'm going to use VS Code. That's what I'll use. That'll use VS Code. What's this? How can I bypass URL encoding? For today, I won't go deep into hacking. I just want to share the fundamentals. So if it's okay with you, I think you're the one texting in the channel, in the group, I mean, the Telegram group. So I'll answer you tomorrow. But for today, I want to just do the fundamentals and show you how the code works, if that's okay with you. So we'll start by creating a new file. Create a new file. Let's name it index.html. So for those who are saying that they don't know about HTML, HTML is the language that makes the web pages. Most of the web pages, if not all, are made of HTML. And HTML uses tags, which the tags are represented by the brackets, by these brackets, the angled brackets. Let me just do this. Okay, so we'll type here. So what we want to create today, here I'll go live on this. So the site we're trying to make is here on the right side, and here is the code that we're going to create. So for any HTML tag, for any HTML web page, we must start with the HTML tag. So we start with the HTML tag, and whenever you open a HTML, you must close it. Whenever you open a HTML tag, you must close it. Okay, so to create a HTML page, first thing we'll need a body. So we'll do a body tag, and we'll also close that body tag. So everything we do will be inside this body, so I don't even need these spaces. Will be inside this body. But before that, in here we're going to have a head tag, and inside the head tag we'll have a title tag. This title tag is what will be represented up here. So let's say my web page, let me call it BugBounty. If I save it and reload this, up here will change to BugBounty. Okay, so if you have any questions relating to HTML, JavaScript, and Linux fundamentals, that's what I'm going to teach today. Then from there, next week we'll move on to the advanced things about BugBounty. But for today, we want to do the simplest from the beginning. I said I'll start from the beginning. So even if you're an absolute beginner, I think you'll learn something from this. Hope that's okay with everyone. And if you are live with me, please say hi. Please say hi. Okay. So as I have said, the title tag is represented. It represents this up here. It's the name of this tab. Then in here is what we'll have in the body. So if I type here hello and save it, here will be hello. Okay. So what I want to do first is create a vulnerable page, then you can do some XSS on it. Hi, you already said good morning. Now we're going to create a vulnerable page. We can do some injection on it. Why? What do you mean by why? So I've added, I think, tab 9 on this, so it's even giving me some suggestions. So you can even just use it like that. Welcome to BugBounty. The H1 tag represents the heading tag. If in case this was H2, you'll see the font changing. Let me just do this. Let me copy this. No. Let me change this to H2 so that you can see the difference. This is how web pages are made. You see, this one has a smaller font than the H1 tag because the H1 tag it's like the first one, so it can go up to even H20, I think. Don't know if it can go up to that. Probably yes. But you get the point. So let's create the page. For the tags I've written, the HTML tag up here, or even to change this into HTML5, we'll need to use a doc type HTML. Doc type HTML. Now we have a HTML5 web page. So you meant to say yo. We all love you. Oh, thank you. Thanks for the love. For those who are joining in right now, I've said that today we are going to learn from the beginning. So we are learning how the web page is made. I'm going to create a vulnerable page. Then we'll do an XSS on it. Then later on, I'll do Linux fundamentals so that you understand Linux. Then from next week, we are going to learn even something more advanced than what I'm going to show you today. Hope that's good with you. Okay, so let's create this page. The page I want to create is a comment box. So we'll do, let's use h2. Let's use h2. Let's write comments. I want to create a comment box so that when I do XSS, you'll see what I mean. So we have the comments. You can also underline, or you can do an underline tag, the shoe. Okay, comments. Now here, under here, form action, submit, method post, level comments. I think I'm using this tab 9 Pro, so it's giving me some suggestions, but I don't want to use that. I want to create it by myself. So what I'll do, I'll create a text area, then I'll close it. So text area, shoot, what's happening? Creates this where somebody can write a suggestion or something. That's what the text area does. So inside the text area, what I'm going to do, I'll give it an ID and equate it. An ID is like a parameter. Let's equate it to comment. I'll also give it a name and equate it to comment again. Alt Z. Okay. Then next thing is I'll give it rows. Let me give it like 5 rows. This will determine the size. So 5 rows, and columns. Let's do columns like 50. So if we save, this is what happens. If we put also this like 50, this will be larger, as you can see. So let's just leave it at 5 and 50. Okay. So that is the text area where we're going to write, or we are going even to inject some code here so that we can see XSS in action. So let's continue. We close it. Then we do a break. A break is going to move whatever I write into the next line. So down here, let's create a button. Button slash button. Okay, this button will create this here, though it's a bit smaller, but it will create a button. Inside the button, we can call it like comment. As you can see that what's happened. I can give this a P so that it moves down another line, or maybe just let me give it a break again. Okay, so we want that when I write here hello and comment, something happens. Okay, that's what we want. Spot hacker, I don't get what you're saying. I don't get what you're saying. So what we want is when I type here something and press on this button, something happens, so that when we inject code inside here, you can see there what is happening. Okay, so for that, I'm going to add some code here on the button. So on the button, when we click it, on click, going to equate it through. I'm going to create a function in JavaScript that when I click it will comment. So we're going to leave that like that for the time being. Then sorry about that. Then what we're going to do, we are going to create a script. So script, JavaScript script. So for the script, what I'm going to do, I'm going to create a function, and this function I'm going to call it post comment. So this function is what I'm going to apply in here. If I save it now and try to comment, nothing still happens. So this function, let's give it some code. So for the post function, I'm going to create a variable, I'm going to create a variable called, this thing is giving me everything, called comment, of which I'll equate it to, let me just write an explain document dot get document dot get element id, element by id comment dot value. I'm going to remove this for now. I'll also remove this. So this function, we have created a variable called comment, and what this comment does is going to take the value, this value here, and this value is the value which we're going to write in here. This value is what we are taking in here. Then I'm going to create another variable, and I'll call it comments dive. Since I want when I comment it comes back here, so here if I comment it's going somewhere but it ain't showing, so I'm going to create that function that calls it and saves it somewhere down here. So that's this comments dive, of which I'm going to equate it to document dot get element by id going to call these comments. So we haven't created these comments, of which I'll take it and create it below this so that it appears below the comments. So I'm going to create a dive class. So dive, then I'm going to close it. So here I'm going to create that comments. We're going to create id equals to comments. Yes, that's it. Comments. So the first script here, variable comment document, this is going to take this id here, of which it will be this here. Then this second one is going to save the whatever I'm writing up here down here. Don't know if that's understandable. Explaining this thing is somehow hard. So when it takes whatever I've written here, I'm going to save it. I'm going to save it down here. So I'll save it as, I'm going to write another script of let's do comment dive. Yes, that's what I'm going to do. Dot inner HTML. Then I'm going to equate it. Let's add or equate it to let's do a p plus comments. If you don't understand what I'm doing, don't worry. Then I'm going to do a p again. Like that. Like that. So here we haven't closed this script. So I'm going to close this script here like that. And also I'll close this one. Then I'm also going to close this one here. And this is our whole code. So now if I write here hello, if I comment, come on, why ain't it showing up? Maybe there's something wrong I've written in this code. Let's see. Comment, post comment, comments, and type documents.get element by ID. Does anybody see anything wrong in this? Because I can't see anything wrong. Oh, shoot. Yes, the plus. Thanks. Yes. So if I save it and comment object HTML div element, what is happening? This code is supposed to work. Let me see. Object HTML div element. Let's see. Comments. What is happening to this code? I did add the plus, but I still can't see anything wrong with this code. Plus. Div class. Comments. If I knew I should have written this code earlier on. Comments.value. Let me see. Here. But the comment.value function is slides. Comment.value. Stop laughing at me. No. Let me cancel this. Post comment. This is what developers go through. Let me reload and see. Object HTML type elements. I don't get why it's not working. Comments type. Yes, it's okay, but now it ain't showing what I wanted to show. And that's a problem. That's a very big problem. Because we can't do the XSS on this if it ain't showing what I wanted to show. And I wanted to show you guys some XSS today. Let me go through it and see what's wrong. because I can't see anything wrong with it. Maybe you guys should check and see. Tell me if you, for those who are developers or for those who understand HTML, tell me what's wrong. Tell me what's wrong. Because I can't see anything wrong here. I should have written this code earlier on. Let me do this. For comment equals to document.getElement by id comment dot value, which is correct. While comments div equals to document.getElement by id comments, which is also right. Comments div in HTML, comment, which is also right. Now where's the problem? Where is the problem? I can't seem to find the problem. Ah. Fun fact is saying comments div. No, the comments div is correct. The function is correct. It's saying that I add here dot value. Let me see. Let me see. You see, if I add that, it can't work. It won't work. Let me take it out. Text area, button on click, comment. This is the problem. P. Let me see. Line 20 here. Supposed to be comment. Let's see. Fuck. That is the only problem. Thank you, fun fact. Oh, this is the problem with coding. Just one thing, imagine just one S down here. That was the big problem. But I think we've solved it. Now let's move on. Thanks guys. Thanks guys. So let's reload this first. No, I don't want to save it. Okay. So I want to show you that this code here is a vulnerable code. On that I'm going to do, so first let's just write that hello. If we comment, okay. So the first XSS injection that I try is the HTML injection, of which on this hello, if we do, I don't know if I can expand this, okay. If we do a h tag, a h1 tag on this hello, and a h1 tag, we close it here. If we comment, if it shows up like this means that this site is vulnerable to XSS, sorry, to XSS. So that is the first one that I try. You can try all sorts of them. You can do a -u to underline. You can do a -i. You can do an I to italicize. So that is HTML injection. Then after that, what I mostly do is now going to the JavaScript injection, which the first thing I try is the script. For most cases, if the HTML injection works, the JavaScript injection will work, because that means the website is not sanitizing whatever you're giving it. So we'll do script, and the script that I see most people using is alert0, but this doesn't mostly work in most sites. Like you see, nothing works. So on that, I do an inspection. So for the inspection, I'll find wherever these comments or this text area is. So we'll do this. So here it is. Whatever. So as you can see, a button is being clicked, then something happens. Means there's something loading. So on this, the XSS we can try is something that loads. So like let's try the image source. So image source equals to, you can equate it to anything. Then when it gets an error, on error, we do what's it called? On error, we do an alert0 or alert hackable or something, whatever you want. Then if you comment this, let me reload it first. If we comment, you can see this is loading here, but nothing is happening. That still means it is hackable. That still means it has XSS on it. What we can do next, let's try to do an error. Let's use this and see. If we comment, and here it is. This is what we were looking for. This is what we were looking for. This is what we were looking for. I think the other one that loaded this did so because it didn't have this here, these two. So again, if we try this again, yes, it will appear. Okay, that's the first one that has appeared. Now, people always ask, what can I do with this XSS? So imagine you've created a site that looks exactly like the site you're trying to hack. You can do like maybe on the login form, you create another site that has the same login, so that sorry, I'm getting way ahead of myself. My mind is thinking more than my mouth is saying, so I end up fumbling on my words. But anyway, on XSS, somebody can redirect this web page to another web page. Since here we've seen that we're trying to load an image called X, and when it doesn't load, when it gets an error, it gives us a console named hackable. So now, how much have you earned from BugBounty? How much can I say? I don't want to keep up your hopes or maybe to take you down, but BugBounty is not an easy task. Let me just say that. This time I earned it was $500 on this It wasn't that much big of a bug, but at least they gave me $500. There was once I did another one, I got like $200. I do them on different sites, so I don't know the actual amount that I have gotten from these bug bounties. But I've done a few. Done a few. So let's get back to this. Well, I was saying that imagine if this was a login web page, or a login, a login web page, and then you create a login web page exactly the same as this one. Let's say like you create a login page exactly like the Facebook one, so that when somebody when somebody tries to log into this page, it will redirect them to the login page of your page, so that when he logs in, you get his password and his email are sent to your database. That's what XSS does. So on this, we can try to do that. If this image loads and it gives an error, we are redirected to another site. So on here, we'll remove this, so that on error, we are redirected to, let's do a window location, a window dot location, and we equate it to, let's do https stroke, let's do google.com. So on this page, if somebody tries to comment, why is it not loading? Or rather, let's use this apostrophe. Image source on error. The image is loading, but don't know why it ain't redirecting. Oh yeah, because of this. Oh yeah, now it's working. So what we have done here, let me just repeat it. So image, we're trying to load an image source, and this can be anything. Let's even say whatever. Then on error, it will try to load this image called GDFS. If it doesn't find it, there will be an error. Now when that error happens, we're going to redirect window dot location, where do you practice? Have you heard of Portswigger? Portswigger has some very good CTFs. TryHackMe also has some very good CTFs. I am mostly on HackerOne, but sometimes I'm on BugCrowd. Sometimes I'm even on Synac. I try everything. XSS, you can try it. There's this, it's called XSS game or something. Let me see. XSS game or something. XSS. Yes, this xssgame.appspot.com. You can try this one. This is for practice on XSS. Sorry. This is for practice on XSS. I do some CTFs on TryHackMe. I've done CTFs on Portswigger. I've done CTFs on even HackerOne. You can try them. I'm a web developer. Will it be easy for if you understand the web? It will be very easy for you, because you have to understand the code. That's why I've started today by writing this code, because you have to understand what is happening on this code for you to exercise the vulnerability. But still, it ain't easy. Let me just say that it ain't easy. You can. The problem with people why they ain't getting bugs is because most of them give up after the first day, of which that is not good. You should, like, let's say you're doing something on let's say Netflix. Just an example. Let's say Netflix. Netflix has a very big scope. It's a very big company. If you spend one day on it, you won't get anywhere. You won't get any bugs. So something like Netflix, try to do at least a week to a month just doing Netflix only. I know it's hard work, but if you do that, you will possibly get a bug, because you can't get a bug from one day. You try one day and you think you'll get a bug. It's not that easy. Even these big hackers are using like 6 days on one target. So like spend more time on a target. Don't just go um, don't just go like a day or some few hours. Some people use few hours, they get bored and they leave it. That won't help you. So I was saying here, image source. We're trying to load this image, but we won't find it since we don't have it in our code. So there will be an error. When the error happens, we're going to redirect it to equals https google.com. If you have any other questions, you can just write it in the chat. You can write it in the chat. Google.com. So if you comment, it redirects us to google.com. So on this type of XSS was once used on British Airways or Airlines back in 2018. Let's see, British Airways. Is it Airways or Airlines? I think Airways. XSS attack. XSS attack. Yes, there was a data breach on British Airways, and of which XSS was used on them, and a lot of the credit cards, the addresses, the names of their clients, they were caught by the hackers. They committed a lot of fraud, resulting into like 380,000 cases. As you can see, XSS is a very big deal. It's one of the most dangerous vulnerabilities. But I still think SQL injection is the most dangerous one, because you still have access to the data, the whole data of the whole company. But yeah, the British Airways, they had a data breach back in 2018. Also, I think Fortnite has had a case. Don't remember the year. Fortnite XSS attack. Slip-up exposed Fortnite gamers to account hijack. Yes. There was this, I don't know which year it was. It was which year? Um, 4 years. 4 years ago. What was that? Back in 2020. I think it was back in 2020 or 2019. Yes. January 16th, 2019. There was a data breach which exposed accounts of Fortnite players. I think also their addresses and their credit cards. Maybe. I'm not sure. But XSS is a very dangerous bug. It's a very dangerous bug. It's a very dangerous bug. That's what I wanted to show you on XSS. We've created the code. We've created this web page of which this web page is vulnerable to XSS. Now, as you can see, let me just write it again, image. I want to show you how you can get rid of this XSS if you are a developer. Image source, let me say X on L. Though what I'm about to show you is not very practical, especially if you're working on a very big site. On error equals to lot XSS hack. So we've seen if we comment this, copy it. If we comment, why is it not happening? Oh. What is happening? Today nothing's working for me. Yes, finally it worked. If you comment, we get this here, meaning that, and also we get something here showing that it has loaded that image, and we get this console here. So for this code, though remember it's not practical for every code, but for this code, what we can do to prevent that XSS attack, here on the, which one is it, document, here on the inner HTML, we're going to use inner, we're going to remove this, and we're going to sanitize our code using inner text. So if we save it, we come back here and load. If we try this, it won't happen. We won't get that XSS error, however much you try it. Even if we try the HTML injection that we tried, the first one, H1, if you comment, as you can see, nothing's happening because we've sanitized it. So nothing happens, and for that we have solved our XSS issue. But remember, that's not practical for every website, just for this one and maybe some few others. We've changed this inner here it was inner HTML, and we've changed it to inner text. That's it. So the next thing that I was to show you today was the Linux fundamentals. For those people who don't understand Linux, I'm going to use Ubuntu. I am going to use Ubuntu. Okay, so let's clear. So for Linux, the first command that you must know is pwd. Pwd means print the working directory. If you are in the terminal and you don't know where you are in your computer, just write the pwd and it will tell you wherever you are. In the folder you are in, let's say even if we got, let me just leave it at that because I want to show you the other ones. So the pwd will show you your current working directory. For me it's home, then I'll go. If we go into another folder, it will put here / that folder, and if you put pwd, it will show you the whole. It's like showing the path of where you are. Then the next function is ls, What ls does, it lists the files and folders inside of wherever directory you are. Let's say if we, again, there's things I haven't shown yet, so I want to show you as I'm going. pwd will show you the current working directory. ls will show you the files and folders in that directory. The files and folders in that directory. Do that. The files and folders in that directory. Then if you want to see the hidden folders or files, you'll use ls-a. So all this dot 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 dot, all of this, we only saw dld and snap. So if you use a, it will show you all the other files or folders. So the blue ones are directories or they are folders, and the other ones are files. Okay. So if you want to move from, right now we are in this home algo directory. If you want to move into another directory, you'll use cd. So let's move into like dld. So drd, and remember it's case sensitive. So dld, we are in here. So if we do pwd, we are in the directory called home algo, then dld. That's what the change directory does. If you want to go back to algo, you'll use cd dot dot. That will take you back. Next on my agenda is cut. What cut does, let's say we create a file. Let's say we create a file name. I don't know if touch works in this. Touch new.txt. So we've created a file called new.txt. So new. So if you want to see what's inside this new, we'll use cut new.txt. But we don't have anything in it, so we have to write something in it. I don't know if I have nano in here. I have it. So we'll nano new.txt. Let's write welcome to algorithm. So Control X, Y, then enter. So if we cut new, we get that welcome to algorithm. So what cut does, it shows you what's inside a file. What's inside a file? A readable file, not just any file. It must be a readable file. Nano will create. Nano is a text editor, so you can check it. It works great. I like using it. Touch creates a new file. I don't know if it creates folders, but probably it creates only files. Cd dot dot will take you back. pwd will show you the current working directory you are in. cd will change the directory. Okay, that's the main things that I use on Linux. That was my agenda today. I don't have any other thing to say today. So if you have any question, you can ask before I go offline. This is all I wanted to show you guys today. So from next week, we are going to go more advanced. I'll look for a site, or rather I'll look for a target which we'll work on. If you're in the Telegram channel, I'm going to post a few of them. I'll do a live recon maybe on Tuesday or Wednesday. Then we can go from there. Is there any question? If there is none, I'm about to sleep. I know it hasn't been an exciting live stream, but still, thank you for the guys who've been here. I'm about to go offline, so if you have any other question, you can ask, or if you want me to repeat something, you can ask. You can ask. You can ask. Okay, if there's no any other question, allow me to go offline. Good night, everybody. Okay, so good night. Have a good day or night wherever you are, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.